just recording it? This isn't Red Scare, dude. You have to have video.
Welcome to the Friends on an Island podcast. This is the first episode with your boy Jared,
Roshan,
and Ben.
And today we're going to be talking about anything we feel like. Let's begin. Don't talk over the host. That's rule number one.
Alright, dude, my fault.
It's all good. So first meme I want to talk about is this new meme that's come out called Huck Tuah. Have you guys been hearing about this?
Why are you laughing so hard?
Because it's a funny freaking meme, bro.
You know, I've heard some things about it, but I haven't actually seen it yet.
Well, let me describe it for you. So basically there's this blonde girl, and she goes, Huck Tuah, spit on that thing, whenever she's in one of those interviews. And that's the whole funny bit.
Yeah,
it's pretty funny, right?
I've seen like photos, like she's pretty hot, yeah.
I feel like she's mid.
You know, yeah, I wouldn't put her in the hot category, but...
Would you look at me like
because I was waiting for a response from you, so if for the audience, I looked at Roshan as soon as I said that. So what is your opinion?
She has nothing to contribute.
Yeah, what is your opinion on the Huck Tuah girl?
Dude, I just think it's really funny. I mean, I don't have an opinion on the person. I just think it's like probably the funniest meme of like the decade, honestly.
The decade,
Let me just pause the podcast by saying, can you relax, please? Roshan is stanced up, without his back against the chair.
You know, I can't lie, I'm a little tense too.
Yeah,
you clicked the record button, I got nervous.
Yeah. Okay, well, because
the stakes are high here, you know. They're
take a deep breath.
Should we do the hum?
Relax
into
the chair.
Meditation?
Yeah, let's do a hum meditation from Soul Bra, our hopeful future sponsor of these videos. Yeah. All right, let's do a minute of humming. Ready? Notice how there's only 2 hums because Roshan's deciding not to join us.
My bad, dude. I just can't meditate with other people around.
Well, go ahead and try. There's always a first for everything. Well, there's the first. Well, that's not happening.
And we're back.
Well, that wasn't a full minute.
That was like 30 seconds.
Time isn't linear, so it's okay.
Yeah, time doesn't matter.
Alright, so back to what I was saying. My opinion on the Huck Tuah meme, since everyone wants to know it, is that it's actually a classic. It's like, it's almost gonna hit Big Chungus levels because I saw this girl at a baseball game and she was throwing the opening pitch. And I was thinking, you know what, like, we've hit levels of post-irony, or we will hit levels of post-irony with this meme that, like, she will walk around and have the same energy that Big Chungus has to me, and it's, like, funny.
You saw a girl? Congrats, dude. That's pretty impressive given your lifestyle.
On TikTok.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, big surprise there. Yeah, dude, yeah.
Since these guys think they're better than me, they can go ahead and keep talking for the podcast since they got so many great ideas to share. Right, Roshan?
Yeah.
My mind is blank, dude. This is harder than I thought.
And that's why I'll come back up with the next idea. So like I was saying, with the post-irony level of humor with Big Chungus, I feel like that there's going to be levels of memes that continue to hit this cycle and will remain funny, not out of the fact that it actually is funny, but out of necessity that we need to find something funny. Because of dead internet theory / just not enough stuff powerful enough to break the algorithm. Another example of this is Big Chungus, or sorry, not Big Chungus, Big Justice and the Rizzler. Do you guys know who I'm talking about?
Guys.
Yes, exactly. And originally, think about how long they've already been around. They've been around for a while, and his dad has been making videos since like his birth.
I guess, yeah. I feel like I've only really heard of them the last like month or 2.
Well, because they've hit the new level of meme. Like now it's a complete meme with the Rizzler involved. And it's funny. I like it. I think they're funny. I feel like people are starting to hate on Big Justice. And
just like a 12-year-old boy.
And I feel like that's horrible. Like, come on, like, it is funny, like, the Rizzler as the mafia boss and, like, Big Justice as, like, the guy who, like, I don't even know, messes stuff up, but is still, like, a boss.
He's a mafia boss? What does that even mean?
That's, like, the meme itself. Like, it's, like, the Rizzler is, like, this, like, 9-year-old kid who does the mewing face.
Well, why would you mention the mafia, though? That's kind of racist against Italians.
Well, that's
Have you ever considered that?
Well, considering that they're Italian, and that they like the meme.
Well, racism can still be perpetrated by the same groups.
Okay, here we go again.
Can we just have this guy on the soundboard?
Yeah, okay, you know what? Yeah.
Can we just have you editing in the background? Dude, but basically what you're saying is that like nothing is funny anymore. It's just the fact that they're not funny makes it funny.
It's post-ironic.
Yeah.
So like it's the death of humor as we know it.
Yeah. Or I don't think it's a death. I think it's a new generation of humor. It's almost like Jim Carrey to millennials. Like, to boomers and millennials, it was hilarious.
Huck Tuah?
No, Jim Carrey.
Jim Carrey.
Jim Carrey's facial expression.
How do you know who
I-
Jim Carrey is? Because I have no clue who that is.
Do you really not know who that is?
Yeah, I'm being serious.
Okay, do you remember the guy from...
The Mask.
I don't know what the mask
The
is.
animal one.
Yeah.
Vince. Oh fuck, what was the guy's name? He's an actor.
Yeah, I
Comedian.
don't watch that many
He makes like
movies,
funny
I guess.
faces. He like very expressive faces, and then he just does like dumb stuff. And
Yeah.
He's also in the movie. What is the one where his life is a TV show?
I was gonna say the Harriet Truman.
The Truman Show. Yeah. You're gonna say the Harriet Tubman
Yeah,
Show.
well, yeah.
That's,
Yeah.
no, but the Truman Show and
Yeah, I have no clue what any of those are. I'm sorry.
do you know Mr. Potter's
Penguins. The
Yeah,
Penguins.
you know that show? Movie.
Isn't it Mr. Popper's Penguin? Something?
Yeah,
Yeah,
whatever it
that's
is.
the
Yeah, you know the main guy in that one. That's
I read the book.
Okay.
Dude, I remember watching that on the cruise.
Yeah, played like 80 times.
Yeah, it was like the only movie.
Wait, that had a book, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
You know what? Roshan, pull that up.
Yeah, let me pull that up, dude. Let me do some
Yeah,
research. Let me fact check
Yeah.
this.
But yeah, so I feel like it's the same energy for him in the way that it's like so unfunny to most of our generation now. And that's
You
why
don't
you're
think
like,
it's funny?
No, I hate
I
Jim
think
Carrey.
it's kind of funny, dude.
I hate the facial expression awareness. It's like what people say about Joe Rogan humping the stand-up stool. It's like any comedian who humps the stool that they're sitting on at a certain point in their stand-up routine is just horrible.
Yeah, you don't think that's funny?
No.
It's kind of like poop. It's like the lowest level of humor.
Exactly. And what is YouTube poop? It's like irony of the humor itself. Because it's like so unfunny that it's funny. Oh, there's screaming curse words, or it's like cut in a way where it's just like the most autistic shit possible.
Like YouTube videos.
Yeah.
I guess, bro.
Dude, it's
Someone
like
should make a
humor off
YouTube poop
humor.
of this.
Why did you say YouTube poop? Is that like a thing I don't know?
Yeah, you don't know what YouTube poop is?
No, I honestly don't.
Dude, if you look up YouTube poop, it's
Jamie,
like...
pull that up.
Dude, that.
See, even that is like so unfunny that it's...
It's just regular funny.
It's
I
not
didn't,
regular.
I didn't even know how to react to that, too.
Yeah.
I was like, what am I supposed to do here?
Pull it up.
Pull it up, bro. I just
Yeah.
asked you.
Fuck you.
Chill.
Dude, I
My
don't
bad,
know.
dude.
Dude. You guys have any like favorite podcasts?
Me?
Yeah, in general.
Yeah, the Soulcast by Soulbra.
Yeah, y'all really on this soul bro guy, huh?
Yeah, he's our inspiration, at least my inspiration. What do you say he's one of your inspirations?
I'd say he's a pretty intelligent figure. He's like an intellectual type of guy.
So is he your
Very high
inspiration or not?
Well, I mean, I'm not that, like, I don't watch his stuff that much, but, you know, I dabble a little.
Okay,
Why
so
are you laughing?
you dabble in the Soulbra.
Yeah. why are you
I was
laughing
just
at that?
expecting you to say, well, and then like somehow like make fun of the fact that I'm inspired by Soulbra. I don't
Of
know. I
course
was
I do.
expecting.
I'm
So how is he
inspired by him, too.
inspiring? What type of stuff does he say?
Well, he's revolutionized alternative medicine. Yeah, by making it something like so manifested in ancient power that it's real. Even when you don't want to believe it's real because you believe in it. Because not because you want to, but because you're spiritually inclined to.
Yo,
Yeah,
you're saying a lot of
forced
words
to.
right now. I do not understand what they mean.
It's the power of the sun, soul, brah.
Like just like believing in yourself.
No, believing in life.
In life.
Yeah, it's deep like that.
Dude, that's not deep at all.
Well, you're gonna have to sit on it and
Dude, that's
meditate
shallow
on
as
it.
fuck.
you just did humming meditation. Where did I get that from? Soul, bro.
Okay, you could have used that as a concrete example.
Yeah, dude. It's like
And I'm glad you're
ancient
doing it right now,
practices.
because humming meditation was cool.
Yeah.
There's definitely some deep spiritual things going on there.
Dude, it's ancient wisdom.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
It really is. Y'all think like monkeys took mushrooms and then here we are?
No.
Hear about that?
I don't believe that stuff because it just seems so. Like, I do think that some sort of maybe bacteria or fungus or mushroom helped evolutionize consciousness. But honestly, like, looking around, like, I think tools are the main thing that moved society forward. Because, like, people don't like to admit it, but if you didn't have any tools, it's very hard for the average person to mentally create a new tool for them to use. That's why, like, engineers, they base stuff mostly off other things. They don't create something wildly brand new.
Like they all stack on top of each other.
Yeah.
Like you start with the Stone Age and then
Yeah.
the Bronze Age and whatever comes after that.
Exactly. And when someone is, like, creating something new, it's usually by accident or just, like, very coincidental timing. So, like, the creation of fire.
Probably lightning.
Yeah, people probably saw it coincidentally, and they were never able to recreate it.
Yeah.
Somebody had to sit there for 4 hours with a stick after realizing that rubbing the stick against another stick got it hot
Yeah.
for so long that there had to be a fire.
Yeah, that's some trippy shit.
So it probably took them a long time to get to that point.
You're right, yeah.
Yeah. So think about yes, they probably made it. It was probably easy to make a spear. It was probably easy to make
It's like once
axe.
you get the ball rolling, momentum, you
Yeah.
learn how to make one thing, you figure out like the process, and then you just go on and make new things.
Yeah, but, like, think about, like, the technology from like an axe to a.
Machine gun?
Well, what is, like, the next level of axe? I don't know if that's a good example.
Like a
honestly.
chainsaw.
Sure, or even like a telescope.
Okay.
Like, it takes so much time to conceptualize the idea.
Like zooming in. Like, I want to see that house but better.
Yeah.
And
Or
then, but they just pick up like glass.
yeah,
You're
exactly.
Like, oh, I can kind of see through this more.
Yeah, and even then, like, how did they, like, perfecting it took a long time to do throughout history. So, I think that the mushrooms and stuff didn't, like, instantly switch over humanity
Yeah.
or anything like that.
Yeah, the more I think about it, I'm like, dude, we definitely didn't come from monkeys. Like, what the
For
fuck,
sure.
you know?
Yeah,
There's just like no way.
I don't necessarily believe, like, Adam and Eve was the first humans ever.
I think they were mainly just the ones that like God focused on. Like maybe they just like there's other humans out there,
Yeah.
but He put them in the garden.
Yeah, and I think that, like, there's no real classification of what they were according to, like, what is a human, like, you know? Like, it was
Like you
someone,
don't think they were human?
it was someone like us, but, like, as things evolve or
Oh, yeah.
evolve or whatever, it's, like, very on the spectrum of what it is.
Yeah, like genetic differences and
Yeah.
years, thousands of years of say you're like in a desert versus in a mountainous area.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder what they look like, dude. Grandpa.
I think it's interesting how I saw this thing and it was like about how Adam taught Eve about what God told Adam, and Adam was the one that had to teach Eve everything that God told him.
Real shit.
So I forgot what the interesting part about that was, but it was
No, the part you don't want to say is that it's basically saying that men have to explain to women everything because they don't know shit.
I don't think that was the point I was trying to get at. I think it was mainly like
That's
like,
what I got out of that.
Yeah,
I think
that's
it's-
what I got out of it.
Yeah,
Okay,
completely.
Yeah.
it's because you guys
I was
don't
trying to
understand the
cover it
full
back.
story. I think the whole thing is supposed to be more about, like, the interpretation of the word being passed down can become misrepresented and cause
word.
evil. Because, you know, who was the first one to bite the apple? Eve.
Eve.
And then she convinced Adam to.
Yeah.
And it's like the misconstrued interpretation of what Adam was taught from God to Eve caused the original sin.
I don't
I'm
know.
not a
'cause I think
Genesis expert, but I thought, didn't the serpent tell Eve to eat the apple?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's not like a misinterpretation. It's just
she was just kind of manipulated by a snake.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Maybe I'm saying it wrong.
Dude,
So
I
I'll
was reading
just-
this one thing that like the fruit and the serpent, like the whole story was about them just having sex.
I've heard that too by Jordan Peterson and stuff like that.
I was reading it off of some like no fat forum, like page 10 type shit. This guy's manifesto.
Okay.
It made sense though, dude. I was like, you know what? I mean, it was an interesting thought.
Yeah, this is going on the gum road for
Yeah.
exclusive access only.
All 0 people are gonna be watching this one.
Well, listen, if you're listening to this now, you should subscribe to the Gum Road. We have exclusive content.
Yeah.
right
Also,
there.
how did you find this?
Yeah, how did you
I
find
mean, if
this?
this is like 10 years in the future and someone's listening to this, how the fuck did you find this?
Message to our future selves 10 years from now. My message to myself is, I hope you've grown a lot. I hope that you've just become a stronger person. I know we've made mistakes in the past. I know we've never been perfect or anything like that, but I believe in ourselves. I believe in redemption, honor, and creating for society, not just for yourself. I think we can do that. What would you say
that's
to your
deep.
future self?
that's pretty deep, dude.
Thank you.
Dude,
What
I
you
would say, like, you know what, Ben? Just me talking to myself 10 years from now. Dude, honestly, like, you know what you have to do to get better. Just gotta have, like, the balls to do it and to stick with it. And to, yeah, like, you know what you're doing wrong. Just have the foresight to be better. And hopefully just stick to the plan. And hopefully 10 years from now, I'm where I want to be in life. And if I'm not, then just keep fighting.
What would you
Never
say?
give up.
I don't really have any wisdom to give myself 10 years from now because, I'll be older and wiser. Like, what are they going to learn from someone like myself,
Remind them of what your hopes and dreams are for yourself in 10 years so that they can look back at it and maybe they forgot.
I don't really have any hopes and dreams, to be honest. Just trying to survive.
I just hope me 10 years from now is a normie centrist.
Yeah, you know what? Don't be extreme. Be a normie, centrist, apolitical type of guy. That's pretty aristocratic. That's pretty cool.
And they
Can we just talk about that for a second? Because I just want to understand how being normal is aristocratic.
Dude, look, you
That's
you
kind
don't,
of like opposites.
Well, okay, maybe it's not aristocratic. Maybe that was the wrong word. I just,
Can you
normies,
define aristocratic?
normies are just like happy by default,
Do you think that, or do you feel like
They're
they're good
blissfully
at?
happy.
I feel like normal people are very good at portraying outwardly that they're happy. I don't think they're actually happy. I think they make do.
Yeah.
Well, they're certainly happier than people who aren't normies. So people who aren't normies who are like driven to like dark corners of the internet, people who know about like all these weird things like race and IQ and stuff, they're usually at that point in their life because they're like deeply unhappy or whatever. They just didn't have anything better to do, like didn't have any friends. I feel like that's usually what drives people to that point. So, normies, they just like they go to work, they go to school or whatever.
They get some pussy.
Yeah, like they're just like
That's it. Bro.
it's just natural to them. They're just like naturally happy. There's something to be admired about that, and they're like clueless too. They don't care about like the future of civilization. They don't care about politics. They only care about themselves. There's something to be learned from that.
I think that you're looking at it like grass is always greener on the other side. I feel like normal people have the exact opposite. They can't even put into their realm of being extreme ideas like that. So they already struggle with what they have, which is that small cup of work,
Their little
girlfriend,
bubble.
yeah, and friends. And so they can't even mentally handle anything outside of that. So they stick to just that because that's all they can do. And they're, even with that, they're at the same level of stress, unhappy, stuff like that. And we can see this improve because when you ask someone about one of these crazy ideas and they are a normie, they completely break mentally.
That's true. They don't think it through. It's just kind of like an auto reflex.
And if they do eventually become interested in this topic, then they mentally push they expand their circle. They don't really lose one of these parts of themselves most of the time.
Dude, why would
Most of the
that
time.
doesn't
Yeah.
prove that they're unhappy. You know what's being unhappy? Being unhappy is knowing that like women are a little more superficial in their dating preferences. You know, that's like kind of a normie thing that like women will like you for who you are, and there's like there's someone out there for you, and that's not true. Like if you're not a normie, then you're gonna believe that women probably wanted someone who's like taller, richer, and that's just part of human nature. Like that's, you know, if you buy into what normies believe, you're gonna be happier.
I feel like as a normal person, you'd suffer more because you wouldn't know the root of the problem. While, yes, that is true. Some people dwell on this fact and they go into a negative spiral and it hurts them more. But other people, they see that and they go, at least I know why this works this way, and they become more content with the problem itself.
Or they can work to solve the problem.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, most people who are like into political extremism aren't really working to solve the problem, though. They're usually all just doomers who like want to dwell on the fact that they like can't get a girlfriend or whatever.
That's true, and that is a major problem.
It's
I do
a
agree with
vicious
that.
cycle.
Yeah, it is a cycle, and I do feel like, yeah, you are right. A majority of people do end up that way. I feel like that can change, though. I feel like we just live in a society right now where people aren't used to having the control to create solutions to their problems. I feel like, and I feel like that's because we are
I think
able
the internet.
to. Yeah, I
'Cause
feel
if
like
you,
yeah.
it's like you're unhappy. You go down these rabbit holes. These rabbit holes make you more unhappy, and it never ends. Like there's unlimited information out there, so it's just easier and easier to dig yourself into this hole.
Yeah, and if you're a normie, you're never gonna have a chance to dig yourself into that hole. Like maybe you're still unhappy or whatever technically, but you're still happier than you would have otherwise been.
If you would have.
I don't
found
think so.
out some
Yeah.
stuff.
I don't think so. I think that they're the same level of unhappy. It's just a different way of being the same level unhappy.
Yeah, like different routes to the same emotion.
Yeah, because it's like the experience of any other emotion. It's just like people can experience something way less logically worse and still feel the same way, like depression.
Yeah.
Like people can have a complete ginormous reason to be depressed and still feel just as depressed as someone with absolutely no reason to be depressed.
You could have like a refugee from fucking Palestine and then some like 14-year-old girl who got her phone taken away.
And they can be
And
just
they
as
have like
sad.
they're feeling the same emotional state.
Yeah, and that's why I feel like a lot of people get angry whenever people are like, because I feel like when we were kids, this was a lot more common when people would be like, you know, a kid in Africa could have ate that when you throw something out.
Yeah.
You're like, okay,
fuck.
like, with the kid in Africa, like, I don't know, I feel like it's like a comparison of emotion when it just doesn't apply.
Yeah, it's like everyone has their own problems.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah. And you can both feel the same way about it depending
Yeah.
on the same problem or same feeling.
Same feeling, different problems.
Yeah.
Yeah, because feelings are like universal, you know?
Yeah,
Doesn't
it's
matter
like-
where you are, you're gonna feel happy sometimes, you're gonna feel sad sometimes.
But you know, this actually brings up something interesting that I heard somewhere else. And it was sometimes you get like these really, maybe you're like laying in bed, maybe you're scrolling TikTok, and all of a sudden you feel really happy and you kind of like move and you're like, oh my gosh. Like, yeah, you feel like a sense of euphoria or happiness come out of nowhere. And some people were like, oh, that's good. That means you're just feeling great in the moment. Your mind just has a different chemical switch. No, you're like a dog who just randomly gets the zoomies. Like, you just got the zoomies as a human because you're so domesticated that your emotions now try to spurg out at random moments because they're so regulated constantly.
Well, because your brain is being hijacked by
Yeah.
like seeing like a million different things in an hour.
Or just hijacked because everything that you're being fed into in your life is like not under your control.
Like the type of content you watch.
Well, content, what you do, your day-to-day life.
Yeah, but I think like content definitely switches the way you feel about things. Because like, say like you're in bed every night, if you're just like waiting to fall asleep, you're just gonna be like feeling sleepy.
You're gonna be meditating on your own thoughts.
Maybe going on, what did you do today? But if I'm watching like a comedy show, and then next I watch a sad video about a homeless dog, and then a hot chick, that's like 3 different like intense flashes of different emotions in my brain. You know what I'm saying? So I think the content people watch and just the amount of it, it's like, yeah, dude, our brains are kind of hijacked, kind of thrown on an emotional roller coaster.
I feel like it's, yes, especially with that, and that's micro, like, that is a very short term of so many different ranges of emotions. But even in the 4-hour life, like, your brain, when you're working, is constantly thinking, I have to be positive about this, because if I'm not, or if I'm like, either I'll get fired, or I just will not enjoy the whole day, and it will be like hell for me. It's like gonna come back to me and bite. So you're constantly like trying to regulate yourself.
I mean,
throughout
can
the
you
day for
really
other people.
free yourself from that though? Like our like hunter-gatherer ancestors also pretty much had a day job. They had to like hunt all the time, and they probably felt the same way, like under those conditions. Like they still had stuff that they had to do all day.
Yeah, and that's true, but when you get to choose what to do next throughout your day, I feel like that's a lot more freeing. Like, that's why, like, to me, it seems like people with the, like, best mental health are, like, usually bosses of businesses. Because they get to say they're stressed about the work, but they get all the reward of what they put into their work. And when, in medieval times, one, I feel like they worked a lot less. They had way more, like, holidays and time off and stuff like that. And 2, when you have like a specific job for the town, you get to operate that job any way you want, because there's no one that's going to take your job, really.
And plus, jobs back then just made more sense. Like, if you're a farmer, you know why you're farming. To feed your family, whatever excess you have, you sell at the market to buy new farm equipment, right? Super, like, basic example. But, like, dude, sometimes I'm like, why the fuck am I doing this? You know, like, serving food to a bunch of random people. I'm just like, why the fuck am I here right now? You know, because it's like you're doing it for the money. Like, the job itself doesn't really make sense anymore.
Yeah, but I think a better or more elaborate, like, way of thinking about that is, like, you're making the food and you're giving it to the people, but you're only getting, like, such a small percentage of the reward for it.
Completely.
Which is weird to think about. I mean, yes, you have to take in all the other costs, but at a certain point, the owner of the franchise of a restaurant of which you work at is essentially like sitting back and making sure that all the other positions are doing the work for him. And then his work is really making sure of that the whole year.
Yeah.
Well, they also have to take a much bigger risk, though. They had to spend like $300,000. They have to basically gamble $300,000 on a franchise.
That's true.
So.
That's true. But after the fact, I mean, yeah. So, but like in the old times, the community would take that gamble of the supply and demand.
You mean like in the old times, like there's like less of a rank, there's like less of a hierarchy, you know? It's like just everyone's just. What are you saying?
Like in the old times, if you wanted to let one of the townspeople achieve his dreams so that he created his own business, then the whole community would be like, okay, we're gonna have to like either help this guy out, or he's gonna have to earn it through another means, and then we're gonna have to come to the conclusion like, I'm gonna give it to him out of charity to take this risk. Because what would you do if you were an apprentice for a
blacksmith.
chef? Or sure, a blacksmith. Okay, and you wanted to make your own blacksmith business in a medieval town, right? Like, you'd work your way up, and then you'd have to take all the risk as well, but you can't work your way up to achieve that by just working at a fast food place.
No. If you're a wagey, you're just a fucking wagey, dude.
Yeah, or just knowing how to cook. You have to like be so much more.
You kind of work your way up in fast food. I thought it's possible to become a manager, and like you can still get better positions after working there for a few years.
Sure, yeah.
Maybe that's true.
Yeah, that's true.
But how high can you go? Like, realistically, I feel like
you can't own the Chick-fil-A. You can't be your own boss.
Yeah.
You're always gonna have a boss.
At least not until you're like retirement age, 60.
Yeah. Well, even then, like, you don't become a franchise owner because you started from the back and you worked.
Yeah, because you only worked as the drive-through.
Yeah, like no, you just had money already and you applied and they're just like, all right, this guy seems like he could own a Chick-fil-A, and then you do.
Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I guess it's kind of. I mean, it's. I don't know. There's just. I don't really understand like what you're trying to say here because it's like. I just talked about like economic risk and then you just tied that into like some weird point about how like.
About blacksmiths.
Yeah.
Okay, but I'm just trying to say like.
It's a risky business.
I'm just trying to say, and it's kind of almost getting into like a communist idea, which I'm trying not to do, but it's just that like.
This is proven
I don't think that the point of life is to just like only achieve your work through monetary funding, you know? I feel like there needs to be like a sense of either community or
passion.
Passion,
Gotta
yeah.
be passionate about your work.
Yeah, it shouldn't just come down to the numbers.
Yeah, it shouldn't all be about money.
Which I feel like right now it's like more,
About
like way
money.
more on the numbers than it should be.
No, I feel like nowadays it's really the opposite. With
Really?
the internet, with like YouTube, and just the ability to like, people are interested in random stuff nowadays that they wouldn't able to be interested in if they were in like the 1950s or 60s.
Yeah,
You
that's
know,
true.
like there's
That's
people
true.
who just want to be like super passionate about Star Wars, and so they have a whole channel based on Star Wars, and people give their attention, which is like their currency, and then through that, you know, the Star Wars guy gets paid to do what he loves, and these other Star Wars nerds get to listen in and kind of pay in that way through these platforms.
Yeah, I feel like that's a good thing. I feel like I feel like at the moment though, there's like it is being artificially boosted in some areas and like being controlled by
Like
people with money though.
Certain things.
Yeah, like okay, like Star Wars for example, like it makes absolutely no sense to me that there's no other sci-fi type franchises that are just overtaking Star Wars because of how horrible it's doing in terms of according to the fans for the new show and stuff like that. And Star Wars fans would totally be fans for something else, but they can't be because
there's nothing else.
There's nothing else, and yeah, and they're stuck consuming this content, which feeds its own monster. I feel like it's slowly dying.
Yeah, they're
but
really
there's nothing
milking it
else.
for all it's worth.
Yeah, exactly. So, and I feel like that's artificial because Disney either doesn't allow other competitors or markets them out so that nobody can ever see them, or that there's no funding for them ever, like just like.
Or it's just so
idea.
much easier to just use already a big name that like is already deep in people's psyches. People have grown up loving this media.
I feel like at this point, Star Wars is too far for that to be a reason now, though. It's too far gone.
Well, it's definitely reached like it's past its peak.
Yeah, I think it's way past this peak, though.
Way past its peak.
Maybe
It's
that's
like
why
down
they're
and out.
doing it. It's like they're just like milking it for as much money as possible. They like kind of know it's on the decline, so like they just don't care that much about it.
Yeah, for sure. But
Completely.
there's a difference between milking it and letting it die, and milking it and making sure that no one else can get in the market until it's so milked that people are no longer
People
no
are
longer
like
have
forced to be like, fuck Star Wars.
yeah,
This
like
other
nobody
thing
has
is
a positive
finally
response. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what's happening.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully.
No,
Right.
hopefully that doesn't keep happening, but it's happening for sure.
Well, that's just like the nature of fucking sci-fi, I guess, and Star Wars and any type of trendy thing.
Like I feel like it's the nature of like corporate greed.
Things get huge, they blow up, everyone loves them, starts to decline. Mainstream fans are like, yeah, we don't really care anymore. Die-hard fans are making excuses to like it. And eventually it just fizzles out and then something new blows up.
Yeah, but we're at, like what you're saying, yes. But to re-explain what I was saying is that we're at that point where it's fizzling out.
Right.
But Disney's like, we will pay more money so that it cannot die, and no one else can go to anything else. So Star Wars fans go, I hate this so much, but there's literally no
Yeah.
other sci-fi thing.
Like-
I am forced to watch the next one.
Like, they're gonna keep producing shows,
Yeah.
making new movies, even
Yeah.
though they suck, just
Yeah.
to keep the fans, like, dragging them. Like, hey,
Exactly.
stick with the-
When a long time ago, it would have just been more natural to let it phase out. And
Yeah,
then,
and it did. It's like we had, like, what, the 6 Star Wars movies.
It should have ended
the
by...
the 90s. Everybody loved them.
Yeah.
And then they like revived it, and now it's real shitty.
It should have ended like as soon as the next thing after, like the next season after Baby Yoda happened. Because Baby Yoda was like everyone knew it was over.
Dude, it should have ended with the fucking like original movies, bro.
Well, yeah, in a perfect world, yeah, so that you just remain, the legacy just remains perfect.
And then they ruined it. They ruined it, bro. Fucking.
And the original, or I mean the prequel is like a perfect example of that type of post-irony, like Big Chungus energy. Because people hated that whenever it first came out apparently, but now it's like a.
Well, I was 12 and I thought it was awesome.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty cool.
And then they like did it again, like post remake.
So
at that point, just let it die, bro.
So do you think kids are like, Baby Yoda's epic? Do you think kids love Baby Yoda? Probably.
No, I think it's too saturated. It's too like overused.
Yeah, it's probably not kids watching. It's probably just like hopeless millennials who like Reddit.
Yeah, like kids don't even know what the fuck Star Wars is. Like they don't get it, you know.
Okay, what about this as another example? I feel like Pokemon's in the same situation.
Yeah, like it's just being overused and overused.
They're using like real animals and stuff now. Like,
what do you mean?
like for their new Pokemon, like it's not even like
no, it's insane. Like how many new creatures can you think of?
Yeah.
Without copying a single one ever.
It's Japanese though. We're talking
What's
about
that supposed to
American.
mean?
We're talking about American films here, sir. Or American.
It's all the same, dude.
So yeah,
propaganda.
it's global. The problem's global.
Did y'all ever watch the Mewtwo movie as a kid? Like,
I did.
Dude, I swear to God, that was the first movie I actually cried at.
The Mewtwo movie? What is
Yeah, it's a Pokemon movie with Mew and then Mewtwo. Like, I remember I'm like in my like study where the TV's at, and they like kill Ash, and I'm crying, dude.
Is that the one where like
fucking dropping
they
tears?
like cry and it like revives him or something?
Yeah, that's exactly.
I think I read about that as like a kid, but I never watched it.
Dude, yeah, I remember being like, "Fuck, they killed him!" Like, they just like crying, dude.
Yeah, I think I remember that being like the first movie I was aware of sadness. But I don't think it was the first movie you ever cried at. There's no way.
I think it was, dude.
You didn't cry at like Lion King or anything like that.
Shit
As
about
a
any of that.
1-year-old.
But Pokemon was my shit. And like when Pikachu was like trying to like Pika and he's like dead on the floor, dude, that hit me right in my heart. That fucking got to me.
I always remember being so confused about Pikachu's gender. I was like, what?
You're a little freak, bro. You're the only one wondering that question.
Dude, okay, think about it.
He's
like
obviously a guy though.
But he has a girl voice actor.
But he's a fucking little
He's
rat.
a little rat.
I could tell that was a female voice actor at 3 years old.
Okay,
I was
good
like,
for you, bro.
Sorry to
Obviously,
hear
it wasn't a real fucking.
it wasn't a problem for me. It's just something I always questioned. I was like, why did they make his
What
voice
else were
like
you
that?
questioning?
Like, why doesn't he have a dick?
That's a real question.
Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, is
like,
that
where's his
what-
nuts at, bro? Like, is
No,
this
but
a
I
male
did-
rat or not?
I also questioned. I was like, why is Ash not dating Misty?
I guess, yeah.
Like, why would you not date that?
Yeah, you got a
At
point,
10
dude.
years old, like.
You got a point. You be hitting that nurse Joy.
Because I was like, Brock falls in
Brock's
love
a
with
real
every
one.
nurse, but Ash doesn't date anyone.
Ash didn't give a fuck, dude. He
Ash
was
is
about his
sick,
Pokemon.
dude.
Ash was on no fat, bro.
No,
Brock was a gooner.
Dude.
Brock gooned for every single nurse Joy. And Ash was like, look, buddy, I'm going to be the Pokemon champion. I don't give a fuck about these hoes.
Listen, I just
And they
knew,
traveled with him.
I just knew something was wrong when Ash didn't hit on Cynthia, the like older,
The older one?
gym. Yeah, because I was like, she is like
Misty
actually
was the
attractive.
hottest for sure.
That's crazy.
Misty-
You saying that about an 11-year-old girl?
I'll say it again. Misty was the hottest one for sure. I
Yeah,
remember
that's-
the
did you
one
see-
afterwards was like, she had like black hair.
Yeah, not okay.
She was not it, bro.
Oh, Dawn or whatever.
Dawn, yeah. Dawn was like annoying as shit, but yeah, the Misty and her little short shorts and her fucking.
Okay, I'm gonna be careful when I bring this up.
Yeah,
but-
she was hot.
Did you see that Twitter debate where it was like, there was this TikTok, right? And it's this guy and he's like, me watching the Harry Potter films thinking about when it's okay to think Hermione is hot.
Like, which movie is
Yeah.
it? Like,
Yeah.
is it number 4, number 5?
Because it's like, if you were 10 at that time, you immediately had a crush on Hermione.
Oh,
and
yeah,
then you
for
grew
sure.
up with the movies.
And
So the
then-
whole way you're
yeah.
watching her, all the way till she's what, 19 or whatever, and by
Yeah.
the final one, you're like, dang, she's still hot.
Yeah, hell yeah.
So like when you rewatch it, you're like, dang, she was like hot to me back then, and
Yeah.
like of course, like mentally, you're like, oh, that's still the same crush I had,
It's like,
But it's like
your
now
crush
not
from
okay.
elementary has grown up with you.
When I
you're
watched
like,
Yeah.
it, I was like a kid, so
Yeah.
dude, there's a girl.
It's just weird,
oh,
though.
man, dude. Yeah, Hermione was hot, bro. She wasn't even hot like she was hot in the later ones. But just not like that archetype, like the nerdy chick.
Emma Watson is just
Yeah.
an attractive girl until that movie in like 2016.
I don't know which one
What
you're talking about.
You know the one where she's like called The Circle or something? She's like an employee at this firm. It's supposed to be like this deep movie. Like everyone hated it in 2016.
I'll look this
Now
up.
it's
I'll
like
fact check
an
it.
average
Jamie, pull that
movie.
up. It's like not even funny. Yeah.
How do you not know who Jamie
This
is?
guy doesn't know anything.
Is it-
Yeah, dude.
You've been living under
What?
a rock.
Mythbusters or
No,
You've
The
been
Circle.
living under a turd.
no? I mean, like
They
what
won't get
you're
that because
saying.
they won't see him. But
Fuck
No,
you.
Jamie is Joe Rogan's podcast assistant.
I don't watch fucking Joe Rogan because I'm not a normie like you guys. Fuck you guys.
whoa,
Whoa.
oh, dude, I thought you were like all about the normal.
Yeah, I
life.
thought you wanted to be a normie. You
What
should
the
probably
fuck,
know
dude?
normie.
Dude, I want
stuff.
to. I just like
Wait,
kinda
this guy's an
reject it.
imposter,
I
bro.
naturally
Yeah, wait.
They're gonna weed you out
Wait,
like
I'm
that,
sorry,
dude.
dude. It
Wait,
takes
I have a
practice.
question for him. Do you know what an imposter is?
Alright, so Anne Hathaway also really hot.
Yeah, I mean,
have no
she's
clue who that
attractive.
is.
Dude.
The girl from Batman, Catwoman from Batman, The
I
Dark
didn't
Knight.
watch Batman.
Bro, what the fuck is wrong
What
with
do you?
this guy?
Yeah, what do you do your day to day? You know, I don't even want to know.
Yeah, maybe like for the past 10
Dude,
years.
Yeah, for the past
Like, what's
10
one
years.
movie
I
you
just
do
haven't
know?
watched movies that much like recently.
What's
like,
one
I stopped
movie-
watching
This
movies
movie
after,
came
like,
out in 2012.
Everyone has seen Batman.
Yeah,
I don't know.
The
I
Dark
guess-
Knight
You know
with
what
the
it
Joker.
is?
Yeah,
He's
I-
not American.
That might be it.
He's not American, bro. This is like deep American
Fuck, dude, you're
culture.
right.
What do you watch for fun?
What do I watch for fun?
Yeah.
Don't ask him that
You
question.
asked. You
I mean, I
repeated
asked
that
that
like that was a hard
Dude,
question.
I used to watch House MD.
Oh, that's a good one.
I like that show a lot.
It's the cynical asshole.
I think I
Yeah.
just watch TV shows probably more than movies.
Like, you don't have like one movie that you could just say like, oh, I like this movie, I like this actor.
Yeah, I have movies like that.
Like,
I have a
I just
house
don't know
question.
like every single fucking movie like you guys. Like I have movies.
Batman and Harry Potter and Star Wars, the three biggest movies ever.
Well, I know Harry Potter and I know Star Wars. I
Okay,
just don't
yeah.
know Batman. I don't know like literally every single movie.
Literally every single movie ever existed, all three of them. All
Bro
three
doesn't know who
series.
Heath Ledger is.
Oh, bro.
Yeah, like I don't know. Every time you list a random fucking actor, I don't know who it is.
He's the Joker.
Please kill yourself.
I'm the Joker, baby.
I'm the Joker, baby.
Oh man, that's crazy.
What was your house question, dude?
So I saw this TikTok of one of the episodes, and it was one of the weirdest episodes ever. It was this girl, 9-year-old girl, dying of cancer, and she tells the Australian doctor, what's his name?
Chase.
Chase. She's like, my final wish before I die is a kiss from a boy. So can you kiss me? No one will tell. I'll die before I can tell anyone. And
I'll die before I
yeah,
tell anybody.
like actually, and
Ride or
Chase is
die.
like mentally questioning. He's like, "No, you're 9. I can't kiss you." And instead of
Make that
kissing
deep
this
breath.
girl on the forehead or cheek, he kisses her on the lips,
Really?
and then she dies.
That's kind of weird.
Yeah, it's weird.
That's kind
Like
of weird from like a director, someone writing that perspective.
you already
But in
know the
the-
directors
in
and
the-
They were some
writers
freaky
were
shit.
some people.
It's not as weird because in the show Chase is like a what do you call it?
Good
He's
guy.
Like,
He's a Chad.
Yeah, he's
That's
like
why
a
it's
good-looking
okay.
guy, so it's like.
But
not
a good
as
guy
weird.
in real life wouldn't kiss a 9-year-old on the lips.
Yeah, no.
If I was you just kiss him
imagine-
on the forehead, yeah.
Just imagine if it was House that had to face that moral question. He would not. It would never be okay, and the writers know that. That's why they didn't choose House
Yeah.
for that older guy that has a drug problem to kiss the girl.
Yeah, that is weird. That is weird that they yeah, they have the hot guy.
I mean,
kiss
House
the
doesn't really
9-year-old
interact
girl.
with his patients, so.
Yeah, exactly. But that, to show House's weak or like secret soft side, like that would have been something that could have been done. But
I
no.
always thought it was dumb. His name was House.
It's
Why?
I just fucking
it's a
stupid,
reference
bro.
to Sherlock Holmes, apparently. It's like he's like a mystery. He like solves mysteries. He's like,
Oh, Holmes' house.
yeah.
Is
that's
that what
the
it
joke.
is?
I guess so.
Wow.
Well, that was a good show. I will admit, I did love seeing House solve it, but I hated the build up for it every episode. I just loved the part where he solved it. That's it.
Yeah, I like the 10 seconds when he was like, ah,
He's like,
you
weird
had a
bruise on the
pen
shoulder.
and pop in your ass
Yeah,
3
yeah.
years ago. Ah, that's what it was.
Yeah, everything else, his assistants questioning him every time, the patient who doesn't want to tell him the secret thing they did the day before, everything like that, just horrible for the episode. Just get to the point. And that's what they did with the autistic doctor. What is that show called?
Dude,
The Good Doctor.
That one
The Good
sucked
Doctor.
so bad. That one was like actually terrible.
It is, but occasionally they have moments where it's just like him just rapid
Just get to the
firing
point.
solving. Yeah.
Because he was autistic, he didn't deal with the bullshit.
Yeah, he was like, I don't care that she's crying of terminal cancer. I already know how to remove it. Just yank it out of her. It's like, just yank the tumor out.
Just take the cancer out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never seen that one. Never too big on the doctor shows.
Yeah, I don't get why every girl loves, what is it, Meredith Grey, the one with...
The Grey's Anatomy.
Grey's Anatomy, yeah.
Yeah.
Never got it.
I
Just,
think
I think it's
that's
just drama.
I think it's a psyop. You know,
How
that's
so?
like guys with football. Like, yeah, dude, did you catch the game? Oh, hell yeah, I caught the game. Like, both of them don't really care about the game. They just both have to catch the game because that's what guys do.
Yeah.
So
That's why I don't catch the game.
Because you're not a guy.
Well, no. But
Are you saying girls have to like watch that show just because it's like?
Because it's like the
Part of the
girly thing to
culture.
do. Like, they saw it on TikTok and like, oh, the other girls are watching me. Oh, it's the girl thing to do. I have to watch Grey's Anatomy.
I feel like Pretty Little Liars and shows like that is a psyop because it teaches girls to be like
Bitches.
way more manipulative than they should be.
Yeah, it's fucked up. I was watching Adventure Time, you know, just talking real bro shit.
Adventure Time's a psyop. Sorry.
It is a little. It's like
What happened in the
gay.
last episode? Yeah, exactly.
I don't know.
They kiss. The girls kiss.
For real. See, I didn't watch it in like when I was 18, like the last season. I'm talking about when the first 3 seasons when they're just doing dumb shit.
Every show after like 2012 on Cartoon Network just like had to have some sort of like
Weird
agenda pushing episode in it. The best show on Cartoon Network was Destroy, Build, Destroy. That was a good
that was
show.
pretty cool. Yeah.
Because that had the masculine spirit in it.
Yeah, destroying shit, and then they build shit, and then they'd be like, can this boat go across this 3-foot moat?
Yeah.
And then they destroy it again. Yeah, no.
But you know, you could tell in the episodes that they were running out of funding because like after like halfway through the season, every single destroy was we're bringing in the A team with hammers. You just go around and hit. But yeah, Destroy, Build, Destroy. The last seasons of it, you could tell that they were running out of funding because the A team would come in with hammers and baseball bats, and they just hit it, and it would never be completely destroyed.
Is that what it was, huh?
Yeah.
You're bringing back memories, yeah.
The
You're
coolest
kinda ruining
one
my childhood.
was a 500-pound bomb that he used on one of them.
They just blew some shit up. That's what I remember. That was like peak.
They had like a wheel or something that you'd spin to see if it gets destroyed, right?
Yeah, and I think they had like a big like squash thing.
Yeah.
A big squash thing on there.
Yeah, that was a good one. Ben 10 was another good one.
Ben 10 was badass.
I don't really remember Ben 10 that much. I think I was too young when I watched it. Or I just didn't watch it that much. I just autistically watched like the same shows over and over again.
Like which ones?
I don't even remember. I remember like I would only watch like SpongeBob because it was like by far my favorite show. And then every other show I was just like, yeah, this sucks. This is nothing compared to SpongeBob.
I remember watching a lot of Phineas and Ferb.
Yeah, that one was cool.
It wasn't the best, but that's...
Dude, it was cool, bro. They had songs every episode. That
I
was
like
my
Zack
favorite
and
part.
Cody more.
Zack and Cody?
Yeah. But my parents were like, you need to watch more Disney because like good kids watch Disney.
Good kid watch that shit, bro. Cartoon Network was for the rebels.
Yeah, Nick was like for like Hispanic kids.
Hispanic
I don't know.
kid. Yeah, I don't even... Yeah, I just remember SpongeBob, dude. It was like every day at my grandparents' house. Hours on end, just like consuming SpongeBob episodes.
I remember my grandma would always play the like 50s cartoons.
Yeah?
Like the
black and white?
Boomerang.
Oh,
Boomerang.
yeah, the Flintstones,
Yeah.
the future Flintstones.
And I remember sitting there and I'd be like, my brain hurts watching this. It's so bad.
Like, Grammy, I have a headache.
How did you even get those? Did you have it on DVD or something?
She
It
had
was just the channel.
cable,
Just
but
the
like,
Boomerang channel.
yeah, like old people cable.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah, it was a thing, dude. I watched it in Spanish sometimes with my grandparents.
The only good one was Scooby Doo.
Scooby-Doo, classic.
Because of the aesthetic, the horror aesthetic.
Yeah, Scooby-Doo was pretty cool. The live movies, those were pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
Even the animated movies, dude.
Yeah, the movie was pretty good for it. remember watching the movie
What, the live one or
for Scooby Doo,
the live one?
the animated one.
Oh. I don't remember the animated one.
They had a few of them, dude. You know how it is, like made for television movies,
Yeah.
like an hour long.
Yeah.
But like Aliens, there's one by Aliens. The Witch one.
Oh yes, I do remember this because this is where
Yeah,
the
I
Goth
watched the
Girl
Witch
band is
The
in one of
Goth
them.
Girls, yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
Dude, can you like pull them up and we'll play like Fuck, Marry, Kill with them?
They're
if it was-
17.
If it was the three of us and the three of them, like who's getting who, you know? It's like an Alvin and the Chipmunk situation.
Who's getting the best head?
Yeah.
Alvin and the Chipmunks.
Who's getting the best goth girl head?
Yo, that was crazy how they did the Alvin and the Chipmunks movie with the girls. The girl chipmunks.
Yeah.
They were like making them twerk and stuff in the movie, like.
They're just shaking their little furry ass.
Yeah.
They had a jacket on and just nothing else.
Maybe that's why
Yes.
furries existed. It's because of that.
Furries definitely exist because of.
Well, it's
Pokemon
actually a
and stuff.
long history of people who just fuck animals back in the day.
Yeah, but like nobody wanted to dress as an animal until recently.
You don't know that, dude.
You know
There
what?
might have
That's
been
true.
some freaks in the medieval times.
You know what? Like
dressed as
Viking
a
people
horse.
and pagans, they like wearing horns and stuff.
That's what I'm saying, dude.
That's not really the same energy.
But imagine a hot Viking chick in some like Viking shit.
Imagine a hot furry.
I'm getting there, and then she's just antlers on.
Well, you know, there's like girls go viral on TikTok now for being hot and then wearing furry stuff.
Yeah, dude, that's a psyop, bro.
I don't know. It's just I feel like it's just girls trying to like have personality with their
And
attractive
they just
features.
cling to a fucking internet. God, I hate the internet, dude.
Well, think about it. There's gym girls that do it and all this stuff, and it's like,
Yeah,
what?
Jim's a big one.
I think it's actually the reverse. I don't think it's because girls do it. I think it's because OnlyFans girls try to attach themselves to their community, to a community that they enjoy, so that they can like feed off of it in a marketing.
And funnel
Yeah.
them to the OnlyFans.
Well, I think yeah, to their OnlyFans, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. Fuck.
What have you found
Have
for
you-
us, Jamie?
Yeah, Jamie, can we see the goth girls now?
I found it. I just can't find a picture with all three of them.
Dang.
That's such a cat, dude. He's looking at Rule 34. Son of a bitch.
Rule 34, Scooby Doo.
Bro, just look up Scooby Doo goth.
Whatever you do, don't delete this,
Alright,
the
dude,
girls
shut up.
part of that search.
Whatever you do.
Rule 34, Scooby Doo. Yeah, Scrappy.
Scrappy Doo, Rule 34. Yeah, that's good stuff, dude. Scrappy Doo. Okay, here we go, dude. Okay,
Okay, audience, go look up Scooby Doo Goth
look up the
Girls.
Hex Girls.
Yeah, the Hex Girls.
Is it? Oh, you would, bro. Alright. Who's getting what? Obviously, we all want the one in the middle.
Yeah, I don't want anything else besides the main one.
I think I'd probably take the one. You'll probably take the middle one.
Thank
I'll
you.
be honest,
Thank you.
I'd probably take the one on the right, the red hair.
Well, and what about you?
Yeah, you're left with the
Which
blonde
one do you wait? First off,
I
which one
find
do you
it is-
want, and then which one? Well, you're gonna have to get the blonde, but which one
Yeah.
would you want?
I'm not gonna answer this question just because it's kind of weird.
How's that weird?
This is totally normal.
Do you want us to show you?
This guy is
boys?
such like not a normie, bro. It's like the most
I know,
normal
just pick
thing
one.
ever.
Sorry, dude.
Just pick one.
Fuck you. I'm not picking one.
Wait, let me look up Hex Girls cosplay.
Just look up
Their
Hex
real
Boys.
name. Hex Boys. I'm gonna look up Hex Girls cosplay, dude. I want to see what they some IRL comparison. That's got to be a thing, right?
Yeah.
I'm using Brave images, dude. It sucks. I'm just using
Yeah,
Google
there's like
images.
nothing on here. I don't know, dude. I'm scared of what
Yeah,
I'll
don't.
find on there.
Yeah. Don't turn off the safe search.
Whatever you do.
Safe.
Dude, yeah, dude. I guess
Well-
the Hex Girls were always like hotter, like in my mind,
Yeah.
because that one was hot, but the rest were ugly.
Well, that's what happens. They keep telling you, "Oh, this chick's really hot. This chick's really hot." Then your brain's like, "Oh, she must be really hot." And then you look at her, and then you're just like, "What the heck?" AKA Ice Spice.
AKA Ice Spice, yeah. Ice
Yeah,
Spice is
it's
not
drink your
hot.
soda, dude.
Do you think you
Who's
would
a girl
shoot-
that you would mentally think is really hot, but in reality isn't that hot?
I don't really know.
Woman.
I don't really think of girls.
Yeah, I don't really
Yeah.
think of girls. Fuck you.
Okay, who's your celebrity crush?
Dude, I don't really watch that many movies these days. I
You
don't
watch
really
TV
have-
shows, so you know some girls.
You must have one girl in your head.
I don't know. I always liked Hermione from Harry Potter, but
What a cop out.
Yeah, what a cop out. For real.
okay. I mean,
I was gonna say
Let's pick a different one.
I don't, dude. I really genuinely don't.
Okay,
Like, I can't think of anything off the top of my head. I'm sorry.
You know-
Anne Hathaway.
That's a good one. I always had a crush whenever I was younger on Debbie Ryan. Not gonna lie.
From
Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, or Sweet Life
was
on
that
Deck.
was
Is
she
that-
also the Jessie?
Jesse, yeah,
That was Jessie. She was always too like.
Debbie Ryan.
the girl that would go like, and like, I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know how to describe her.
Yeah. No.
She was on Sweet Life on Deck. She was Cody's crush / girlfriend.
Yeah, isn't that like
Dude,
the
Paris was
blonde
pretty
girl
hot.
who lived at, who worked
Yeah,
at?
she
Oh,
was-
yeah. Wait, what did you say?
Wasn't that the blonde girl who worked like the low income job or whatever?
No, that was Ashley Tisdale.
Yeah, Ashley Tisdale. I always thought she was hot.
Yeah, she's pretty. Okay, well, I think that's gonna be it for the first episode of Jared on an Island.
Yo, what
Friends
the
on an
fuck?
Island. Sorry.
No, dude, we're not just Jared, alright?
Okay, so this was the
Fuck
first.
it, 30 more minutes.
This is the first episode of Friends on an Island. We're
Make
gonna
sure
be-
to tune in for more.
Yeah, tune in for more. Hopefully, there's an episode 2. We'll see what happens. This might have to be on a Zoom call, but we'll see.
Hell no. Hell no.
But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed our talks about all these various topics,
Yeah, good
and
stuff.
let us know in the comments what you'd like to listen to.
By the way, if you're watching this video this far, please tell us how you got here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
tell us
honestly,
how
how the fuck are you listening to this right now?